Hello, everybody. I figured I have my avatar up for the next few minutes, and then I will, of course, take it down. It's so good to see you people in my chat today. Hey, Brandy. It's so good to see you, my dear. Oh, definitely go clean and listen. I do that a lot too. Wandering Scorpio, my favorite human. You're so sweet. And as people are coming in today, I talked about it a little bit on Panda Berry's panel yesterday. Hey, Barbarian, how are you, my dear? Sorry if my voice sounds a little scratchy. I don't know. Within the last hour, my sinuses are like kind of dripping and my throat is a little scratchy. Yes, and I went home by myself with Maggie talking to myself, and I'm like, oh, my voice is scratchy. But in Panda Berry's chat yesterday, I talked about some of the hate that's been going on in the YouTube streets and how it really has hurt my heart. And then I thought I kind of got it off my chest when I was in Panda Berry's chat, but no, it didn't all leave my chat, leave my brain. And today I still have been feeling this conviction of talking about, yes, I'll just say it out loud, like religion, just as in general form of religion, and people who have been so ignorant and so disrespectful of others in our community. And I'm like, seriously? It goes from people, if they're really Christian, they don't act as Christian, and then anti-Semitism, and let me tell you, that breaks my heart in the communities. And the community does know people who are Jewish, or if you have a friend that's Jewish or anything like that, to allow anti-Semitic words and phrases and stories. Like, it's okay. It's not okay. Just like the M word for me is not okay. And I'm going to cam up here. Just give me 1 second. I need to make sure my phone is turned off and everything. Then I will be there. Just chit chat amongst yourself. Hey, Alberta. So good to see you, my dear. I will be right with you guys. All right, everybody. Let me get my camera set up here. And away we go. So, yeah, and I don't get, yeah, it's the drama community, but talking about drama, not using, people shouldn't be using anti-Semitic terms or words or judging people at their level of Christianity or non-Christianity or how we should do things. I know it's been part of the drama community, and I saw it the other day just with that community post and Jilly. something that was so long ago, just to keep stirring the pot. And you know what? The more people continue to stir the pot, they're becoming more ugly people. So, yes, wondering what Alberta, what people go out of their way to get a rise out of others, which is disgusting. It is. It definitely is. I know people talk about Michelle, people restream her, but you know what? In reality, people, they're there for the entertainment and all of those kind of things, but they are not being hateful. Hateful. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. Hello, Mr. Wandering Scorpio. Missing your smile. Oh, I'm still here. And I am actually a very happy human most of the time. Alberta, I agree. I'm sick of her and her BS bullshit, to be um, honest. I agree. It's the same old every day. Get up, go to work, drink. Get up, go to work, drink. It's the same thing. Hey, Queen, how are you, my dear? It's so good to see you. And some of the things that it started out, and I will say this, and I am no way saying anything negative about Mirandy. I love her. But who are people to judge how much of a Jesus freak she is, or how much of a holy roller she is, and those kind of things? How is it? And then they tell her, well, if you're supposedly a Jesus freak, you shouldn't be having fun, having sex, whatever. Because, and how do people say that? She has one of the kindest hearts that I have ever met. She's willing to go public and praying before all in front of YouTube and really takes into concern people, and she feels bad for people, even though these drama community people who are so horrible and nasty, she still prays for them every day. She still does. And it shouldn't matter um, what they, you know, that she does other things other than praise. She does more things. I mean, she takes care of her grandchildren. She homeschools. They do swimming, which I consider exercise. You know, she has, they eat, you know, like in the Bible, it talks about not drinking into excess. But who are you to judge what's in excess and to say, oh my gosh, they were drinking. Oh, they must not be Christian. I can tell you, when I grew up in the cult, I call it a cult. Um, yeah, if people drank, they were sinners and they were going to hell. We never practiced what was in the Bible about loving one another. And you're right. Mirandy has an amazing heart. She'd give you their shirt off her back. Even the people who dislike her now, she has given her shirt off her back towards others. And she would probably do it again. And you know what? And she does. She goes out of her way. She wouldn't have to be holding a daily group prayer, and she probably couldn't be opening up her phone so you can send her a text or give her a call about something that's heavy on your heart, or something that you need prayers and you're asking for other people for prayers, but you don't have to ask them. So, I could really use some prayers, but what religion are you? Oh, if they're Catholic, well, their prayer isn't probably going to go to the same God that I believe in. So, I don't need them to pray for me. And like Queen says here, she's real. I don't care what anyone says. Miranda has helped me through some bad times. Absolutely. Her daily prayer, even though not all of us are Christian who join in her daily prayer. I mean, there's I think for a second, Samantha Stevens, and she's Jewish. She believes in the same God we believe in. And what I think, and I'm sure there's people who are Muslim and they're very, you know, we all love one another, and groups of women who want to talk about their faith and all of those things. Right, Barbarian. I'm a closet prayer and I live by the 10 Commandments. Exactly, Barbarian. I agree with you 100%. The 10 Commandments is what we need to believe. Not only people who are Christian, but people who are Jewish follow the 10 Commandments. I don't get why people have to make, supposed Christians have to make anti Semitic statements and phrases and all of those things. Hey, try me, bitch. Good to see you, my dear. And like Randy is saying, right now, Mirandy needs our prayers. She has been fighting health issues, so please say an extra prayer for her. Please, I would appreciate it. And she would appreciate it. And God is the only one who knows her heart. And just like God is the only one who knows my heart and Samantha Stevens' heart as well. And even though we might be of a different religion or a faith, it's just so frustrating. And I can't believe people aren't past it. Some of the things people are saying is just as bad as using the M word, just as bad. And people are like, what? Yeah. And it's also done, like I used to tell people all the time, and if you looked at my Facebook profile, I think when it talks about religion, at one point I had put in there, I'm a Jesus freak. Yeah. And oh, Queen. Yeah, definitely. She sure is. Seen it before. A person can't stand in church and call themselves a Christian, whether it be Catholic, Baptist, etc., any more than I can stand in a garage and call myself a car. You have to live it. Absolutely. I agree with that. And I will tell you, my friends all know what I believe, and I believe in God. And let me tell you, I have learned about different religions, like the Muslim faith, the Jewish faith. When I was in college, I was so enthralled, and I still am, how beautiful Judaism is, how beautiful it is, and how it was, seriously, when I was back in college, and now mind you, that was like 20 years ago, I always I envisioned my life marrying this really stinking cute Jewish man, and my last name was going to be Gold. That's what I wanted to be. Susie Gold, I like the sound of that. But I really did. And I know it sounds silly. I still think in my brain, I want to change my name to Susie Gold. But I did a lot of studying and I've read the Torah. Black, I think, Black Onyx said to me yesterday about the Ethiopian Bible, and I'm learning more about that. I put it in my shopping cart on Amazon because I really need to understand more about that and how it was. No, I didn't see your community post, Queen. You'll have to share. I'll have to check on it. But there's so many amazing, loving people, but it does break my heart when you're going to go into people's chats and all of a sudden, like an anti Semitic, and I will say that was just happened the other day. Probably the day after they were calling and making it Mirandy a holy roller. I've been called that. That one I didn't like so much. Jesus freak I liked better, to be honest, because I thought it sounded cool. And things when I grew up Baptist, it was, yeah, we never would want to tell anybody. Hold on a minute. Oh, sorry. I hate to skip out. Nurse just got here for Rosie. All right. I hope she does good. Oh, can't wait to hear more about her. I remember those days when I had my twins. The We had a nurse fixing like a G2 or NG tube and all that stuff. But you know what? It's good for them to see how they're doing. It's awesome. But there was there's so much, and to see it and to know that there are people who were Jews in the audience talking about it. And Samantha even came to me today and I saw it and I reached out to her, and she's like, some of those people are in my community. And I'm like, how is it that when people are in one community, they act one way, and in another community, they act whole, like totally different people? Would you say that it's because of like they want to be a bad person or they want to really be a good person and they're really working on it? Is kind of what I would like to know, because it hurt my feelings. And like I will tell each and every one of you, and I stand by this, is if I were to say something to any one of you or say something inappropriate, reach out to me and say, Susie, do you realize what you just said? And instead of me ripping on you for like, how dare you think like that? I would never talk like that or be like that. I would hope that you would tell me, like, hey, Suze, what you said today during your live or what you said to me on the phone would be, was offensive. And I'm responsible for the way I behave. Alberta says, I hope I don't act differently in other communities. If I do, please point it out to me. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Oh, and I sure would, let me tell you. Just keep it real. I know she's working at the moment, but um, she calls it out on me. I call it out on her. I still remember an incident that occurred, let's say 8 or 9 months ago. And she said to me, Susie, don't be so bold. Put a little Southern twist to it, as being her, being super sweet. Nope. not me. I just said it like it is. And apparently, in the South, it's offensive, but I don't know that. I don't know what it's like. I don't, it just, if I don't know. And I said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to take that in a negative light. And she has said things, and I have talked to her about it. And it's because of it's a misunderstanding. Subscribed. Wandering Scorpio. I subscribe to you, Susie. I think you're great just the way you are. Your outlook is excellent, and you need not to worry what anyone thinks of you. I agree. Nope. And that's why I feel confident in saying what I'm saying. And I don't really think that it's on me to. I put a link in the chat if anybody wants to come up here and talk about this, because sometimes it's better to talk about with two people. But yeah, I'm not too worried. Ooh.
Hi.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I wanted to share something about Mirandy, but it was a lot to type.
Oh,
Um,
no, definitely.
so Mirandy, I just don't understand anybody going after Mirandy. I really don't, because she is as real as they come. And
Right,
there was a day that I was in her live, and she had been live for a long time. And if anyone knows Mirandy, other than her Saturday nights, like, she doesn't try and be on for hours. So I
right,
was in her live for a long time, and she was starting to get off. Well, I jumped down because my husband was in the hospital, and he was really sick.
mhm.
So about an hour later, I texted her and I just said, oh my God, I don't know what to do, because we have lupus. So that's where we kind of,
Oh, you
clicked. And
connect.
yeah.
Oh, sure.
And it's nice to have her, because nobody else understands what I go through on a daily basis. And I can call Mirandy at any time and she knows.
Right.
So I didn't know what to do, because I wanted to be there for him, but we're not really supposed to be in there in hospitals and stuff where there's a lot of germs,
Oh,
especially.
sure.
So I was like, God, I don't know I texted her. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I did not know she was still live. Do you know she shut her live down
For
and
you.
said, no, I watched the replay later. She said, I'm sorry, my friend needs me. I have to go. And she shut her live down.
See, and that's so, what a true good
But
friend.
and that's what I mean. Like, it was, I mean, I've always liked Mirandy, but it was at that moment that I was like, oh, when she called me, she said, I shut my live. I said, what? I didn't think you were still live. I would have
Right.
never texted you. And she was like, no, you're more important. What's going on?
Sure.
Eh, She's
And
just a,
people and people
yeah,
and you talk about lupus, right? I
yeah,
don't know a lot about it. I don't. But I knew I had an employee who worked for me, and she was out sick a lot. And it was because of her lupus, and
yeah,
people.
because usually, sorry, but usually when you have lupus, you have other um, conditions as well.
Right.
So a lot of times it doesn't even have to be like, I have rheumatoid arthritis, I have IBS, I have Hashimoto's. You know what I mean? You have a
I know.
lot of other underlying issues.
But those underlying issues are very invisible.
Yeah, yep.
So people judge, like, oh my gosh, Queen didn't come to work today. How is it she's so sick all the time? Oh, that's right. She blames it on lupus. And see, like, that's the kind of conversation I'm talking about that I
Yes, and
need.
you're so right. And like, friends and family, and
Mm-hmm.
because we do look normal.
Right. You have no
They,
idea.
no, and a lot of times that's just an excuse. She didn't want to come. No, it's really
Exactly.
not.
And if people, like for myself, I tried to become educated on lupus. I'm no expert by any means, but so I could better understand my employees' condition and what to expect or what not to expect, and how, because that gave me a better ability to manage my team,
Right.
because I could squash that. And I'd be like, you guys all need to Google up lupus. Maybe you'll be a little bit more empathetic to people who are timed off. And I just knew that because she was out a lot, because she was sick a lot, again, it's not visible. It's different. Like you would look at me, I'm a little person and it's pretty obvious I'm short and I'm not going to be able to reach high things, right?
Yeah.
And you see people who are in a wheelchair.
Yep.
That's pretty obvious. I mean, and there's different obvious things, but for like illnesses that you struggle with on a daily basis, some days are amazing. You might have an amazing month. And then the next month is like horrible. You're
Yeah.
flat on
And
your back.
lucky for me, my boss does not have lupus, but she does have rheumatoid arthritis, which I have. So she
Right.
gets it and we clean. I mean, that's hard, on your body. So, like,
Yeah.
I started getting sick last week and I called her and said, I'm just not going to work all week because I'm not going to, you know,
Get
normally I will just fight through it. I'm not one that'll call into work and stuff. I normally just fight through it. But
right.
I knew, I was like, nope, I just need this break. So,
Absolutely.
but back to Mirandy, because this really wasn't about me. She's just such an amazing woman, and it really hurts
Mm-hmm.
me to see
Yep.
people say bad things about her because I don't see those things ever.
Right. Yep. Me neither. Like, I don't understand. And some of those things, I think a lot of people make it up for this drama community. It's like, too, Samantha Stevens. If you, when you get to know her, she's like an amazing human. She truly is. She's an amazing lady. And what she has fought through, again, you don't see it.
Right.
You don't see visibly that she could have an illness or she doesn't. And people don't understand. And it really is frustrating. Hey, I just want to say this. Oh, blacks, before I forget, my dear, I was always told when your hater comes for you, you're doing something good, and they hate that. Yep, absolutely. And I have to tell you quick, I put the Ethiopian Bible in my Amazon shopping cart. I had to tell you that because I'm so curious, just very curious, just wanted you to know. And I think, Queen, you guys, I think, and it's too bad, people don't want to get to not just know who you are, but to better understand lupus. I don't know. I crave education all the time, but not everybody's like that. But you could easily look up something on YouTube, right? Or you could Google, or you can search for books and reading material and things like this, because, and I think that's so important, especially if you have a friend.
For me, I don't even, it's hard to say. Like my family, to help them better understand, the easiest thing was when I met with my team of doctors to bring them with. That was the
Mhm.
easiest way for them to understand. But people on the outside,
Right,
I don't even want them to know I'm sick. You know what I mean? Like, really and truly, I don't even want to be
exactly.
sick. So I don't
Right.
know how to explain it, but my
Yeah.
mother-in-law will say to me, I forget that you have all of this because I take care of her.
Hmm.
I still have to have some surgeries that I put off because she was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I take her to all of her appointments and we take care of her. I mean, I'm the main person that's why we moved to Arizona to take care of
Right.
my and to take care of her and my father-in-law, but he passed away. He got cancer shortly
Oh,
after we moved here and passed away. Um, but for me, the doctors had said, by 40 you could be crippled. Well, I wasn't having
wow.
that. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna be 44 next month, and guess what? I'm still going.
And you're still alive, you're kicking, you're able to walk, you're able to go to work.
Yeah, and I
And
think
all those things you're blessed to be able to do.
and I really think the more stubborn you are and the more you push
Hmm.
through, the better it truly is.
Right. Nope, I agree for sure. And it's true. The harder you work at it, the better you feel. And I know you could let it consume your life and consume every part of you, or you can just live your life.
Yep,
And
and that's
that
what I
is
choose, to live my life.
exactly. And it's just a little something extra, or
Yep.
it's a big something extra. And I, like me, my family forgets that I'm short and I can't climb up in the garage attic and I can't clean out the rain gutters on my mom's house or ride this riding lawnmower that I'm not even close to reaching the pedals.
Right.
And it's like, well, your sister does so much for me. And I'm like, Mom, I look at her and I'm like, seriously? It's pretty obvious. But my family forgets that I'm short. My family forgets that I have physically not able to do a
Right.
lot of things. And it's not because I don't want to.
Of
Like,
course.
I would love to mow my mom's lawn with like a 0 turn lawnmower, with those handles kind of thing. I would love to be able to do that. But physically, I just can't manage all of that all in one go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and that's
So, but I
okay.
would love to do that. I would, when I was younger, I always wished I could be a police officer. I am really into crime and stuff like that. And I thought, oh, wow. But I couldn't even get through their physical requirements to get there.
You're into true crime.
Huh?
You're into true crime.
I love crime. I love learning about the mafia. I love mobster stuff.
I love that.
Yeah, I do too. If I could be a detective, that would be awesome. But no, it's so, and I'm really into culty kind of stuff, like learning, like anti-Scientology. I don't know if anybody has been in that or saw what they do to protest against Scientology, but that's a great community to really run with too. It's a lot of fun. And you learn so much. You're like, oh my gosh, they have their own language. So many things. People aren't educated. People who grew up into it have like no education. And who would have thunk,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And they would never talk about it. Um, they just wouldn't. I don't know. I'm just gonna paste that in there again for you, Queen, unless that was intentional. But you can come back up. But yeah, it's so interesting and to learn and to love about. Hey, KK. I'll just call you KK. LOL. MG. 2G. Oh, thanks. Welcome. Welcome. Usually I talk about in my community looking at life through my eyes, being a little person and sharing who I am and all of those things. And I'm very much an open book. You want to learn, you can ask me any question anytime and I'll answer. I might have to think about the answer before I do. It just depends how it would come out of my mouth. But people have asked A lot of interesting things, let me tell you. And I have no idea. A lot of times I don't even realize I'm a little person. I forget about it. But my friends encouraged me to do a channel to help. But today, this is something that's dear to my heart, is how poorly people get treated um, for what they believe in so negatively. And it's not like they're committing a crime or robbing a bank. They're being judged as to praying to God. That's all I can say. Um, and it's terrible. But KK, it's so good to see you. And thanks for coming. I hope you come back and stay with us. Um, Wandering Scorpio, an excellent relationship with the ones you love, fiance, children, parents. Yes, definitely. For sure. And I do, and I share my experiences. I share about my family. Some days things aren't easy, let me tell you. Life, especially with adult children, it's not always easy, but I wouldn't trade them for anything. Black said, I'm into ancient mysteries, conspiracy, and religion, etc. Love it. It keeps my mind learning because I have to compare notes. LOL. Exactly. That's how I feel. Exactly. I love learning about even history, like how we got, the new thing that I'm like investigating myself on the internet is about the Freemasons, and the like cult like group called Gestures. They're Gestures of the Freemasons. And I need to learn more about that because I think there's a lot of shadiness going on in that group, but I'm not going to judge people, but I want to learn about it. So I'm better educated to see how my brain thinks, and being open to different ways of culty stuff. Oh, great. I'm so glad you'll be back. That's so awesome. Thank you. And Black said, my rabbit hole ATM is the Anunnaki. Anunnaki, is that what you said, my dear? Yes, you do. You get sucked down these rabbit holes. And Wandering Scorpio, you have adult children too. And love them. But sometimes they don't make my life easy. Yesterday was one of those. Took my daughter today to the airport. We left at 4:30. She was heading out to Baltimore to go to the Little People of America National Conference. So she was so excited. She'll get to see her friends, and it's awesome for people who are single, even married. Like, I have had friends in that whole organization for practically my life. I've been in that organization, and, you know, it's really good for her. And when I say like married couples or like Steve and I to go, it's really nice. But it's, like, we don't dance all night and party every day, right? Like the Kiss song goes. So, but my daughter, that's what they do. And it's more of a social organization, in my opinion. They do have meetings, and it's pretty awesome. What did you do? I paid $20,000 for my son's college degree. He delivers Hub Grub now. Doesn't that kill you that you put forth all of this money towards college, and these kids are struggling to get jobs or even internships, all of that. It's so sad. Very, very sad. I mean, that is an interesting topic to talk about as well. College and where it gets you, and where I, because I don't have a 4-year college degree, it was um, very challenging to get a job, but I had a lot of experience, lots of it, and management, project management, all that good stuff. But nowadays, they're looking for certain keys, and if you don't meet any of that, your resume gets shot out. And a new Anunnaki. It covers ancient history, religion, human evolution, alien civilization, beginning of time, and also now occult. Oh, cool. I have to check into that. I really do. That would be really good. Okay, so that 30,000 miles I drove the 18-wheeler just to pay college. Wow. That's a lot of miles, my dear. Lots of miles. Sorry, I didn't know what happened, but I got kicked out. Oh, I'll put the um it back in, Queen. Definitely will. You can more than welcome to come back up. Anybody can come up actually. Um KK says, did you see the Freemasons episode on the mystery show? I believe on Netflix. It was crazy episode. I can't remember what it was called. I will actually do that. I'm going to Google that up right now because you know me, I'm very much into it. Okay, let me see here. All right, sorry about that. I'm but I'm not going to enter that in because the Freemason documentary. I'm just going to look for it because I'm really into that stuff. Oh, it was called White Gold. We will definitely, I have it up here. Very interesting. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. I love culty stuff, let me tell you. I really do. Mason, was it about their cash storage and defense systems? I don't know, KK. Yeah, and there's also things out there about their sex trafficking as well for the people like who are at the jester level. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna watch it too. White Gold. And if you watch it before me, we'll have to watch it again. Like, see, I love this. I meet people in my community who love the same things that I love. It doesn't really make us very different. You know, we're all so same. It's like it's if you took the visual out of it would be so different. You'd have no idea. Hold on a second. I'm just turning on my camera. I'm here, but I have to blow my nose. It was about a husband who dropped from a roof downtown, and they don't know if it had to do with the cult. Wow. That is very interesting. Yep. Hold on 1 second. I have to take care of the nose situation. I do. It's this kind of stuff, and you learn so much when you ask or you talk about a topic, and everybody can add value to any of our conversations. And I appreciate my subscribers wanting to be part of the conversation. And it's so good. Sometimes it's hard to think of something to talk about, but it hurt. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we all know Mirandy is like an amazing woman. And she has a very big heart. And her husband is such an amazing supporter. And to and I don't think she's robbed a bank lately. I really don't. So, I mean, those are the kind of things like robbing a bank, committing a crime. Those are things to talk negatively about, that you don't support me because I robbed a bank. I get that. I shouldn't have robbed a bank. I shouldn't, take money or beg for money and take it from people who um, maybe are on a fixed income. And because, we watch all that, what is her name? Lisa Richards, I think. Ooh, what is this? Blacks. I got into a Anunnaki from Ancient Aliens. Some of the stuff they said didn't make sense. So I had to know. That was 15 years ago. Then be now. It's easier to find via the internet. So you knew somebody personally who was a new Nakai, or is this just a rabbit hole that you heard somebody talking about it? That would be really interesting to have a topic. And that's something that would be really good for us to maybe put a group together. Oh, I remember now. It's called Solved. It's called Solved. Oh, we'll have to check that out. As a 46 and single man in this social media world, I do have to consider if a religion with a control relationship. That doesn't mean I'm for or against any religion, but it's a major factor. Nope, I get it. Hmm. And you do. I mean, I don't think a religion should control our daily lives. I was in one of those high control religions, and it's really very, I live life a little bit differently. KK said it's about the death of Ray Rivera. Oh, we'll have to check into that. Thank you for sharing. But yeah, it doesn't, right. Like Wandering Scorpio, like you were saying, I'll go back to your comment here. That doesn't mean I'm for or against any religion, but it's a major factor. You know what? It kind of is. I should say that. I, several years ago, back in 2012, after my divorce, I met a gentleman who was an atheist. And that was a very hard, challenging relationship because he would, and plus he was a narcissist, and he would say to me, "So, Susie, when are you going to pray to your God?" Like, dude, or if something happened to him, "Susie, you need to ask your God for prayers." I mean, and that was a relationship that was very hard. And it's not because I'm against people who are atheists. Nope, you can love people, you can love everybody, and you're supposed to love everyone. But, you know, you have to feel what works with you. And so that type of thing, that how it works your relationships. And it's very important to have those because you know what? Sometimes those high controlled relationships, filter out into friendships and those types of things. All right, here. A friend asked me about a Sumerian history. I had no idea what it was, so I looked for it and found Ancient Aliens on the History Channel. I was hooked from that on. I will have to check that out definitely. And wondering, the conversation you and Steve had going on the other day is extremely important conversation with your spouse. You should be able to have any conversation with your spouse or fiance. Absolutely. Absolutely. I will tell you that my relationship with Steve has been the easiest relationship I've ever been in. And our communication is good. Sometimes we get a little frustrated with each other, but at the end of the day, it boils down to um, our communication that it does. Oh, so what is this? Fall of Civilization. Oh, is that the name of that Sumatran uh, history? So, change of subject. This is my brain. It goes all over the board sometimes. Wondering, are you still back on the island now, or are you back on mainland? Curious, nosy minds need to know. Fall of Civilization. It's a YouTube channel. I gotta type that in here too. Because those things are important to me. Oh, so, oh, cool. I'm excited to learn so much. I really do. But I am, and I'm so blessed to have each and every one of you guys our in my community. I'm so blessed. And you all have been extremely respectful, and it really did. You all are. And I'm blessed to be able to say, you're my subscribers. And if you haven't yet, do the YouTube thing and subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications. Wandering was in Texas and is back in Oklahoma. Oh, wow. You'll go back though after the 4th of July. Oh, that'll be cool. Very fun. We don't really have anything going on this weekend. I work tomorrow. And one day I would like to go live from work um, a little bit so I can show you like my environment, how I assist our customers, and how I work on a ledge. Hold on one second. Oh, try me, bitch. I'm still listening. I'm just cleaning the kids' room now. I know. Doesn't it make listening to me talk, doesn't it make it seem quicker when you're doing your cleaning? And that's right. Like Try Me Bitch says, hit, show your love. Definitely. But it's all, I don't know. I'm just very, very blessed. Hold on one moment. Okay. I'm gonna, okay. I'm back. Sorry, that was my nose needed to be, is starting to drip. It's kind of rainy and chilly here today. What I consider chilly in the upper 70s. It's chilly, but I'm glad people are still here. But yeah, I want people to feel loved here and be loved. I used to pay $1,000 back child support, $800 current child support, and $660 child health insurance. So now I have it easy and can relax and no stress. That is amazing. Isn't it nice to live, not necessarily paying for your children, but yes, I would say that, but they're worth every penny. But yeah, it's kind of nice to have your bills paid and just be able to live a normal life. And to me, that's what it's all about. It's to live, get done. You're an empty nester. I was an empty nester 3 times, but they kept coming back. Now my son lives with us. I don't consider Maggie as, I shouldn't say, as one of my children. Um, I consider when it was just me and Steve and Maggie that I was an empty nest because I could think the way I wanted to think. I could say what I wanted to say. I could do what I wanted to do. And I didn't have to worry about the other child. Oh, try me, bitch. You're not rude. But anyways, I wanted to thank you for letting me vent. I do feel better, and I'm so glad I we have a good crew here where you can uh, if you don't know something, people in our community are willing to help you learn or try to help educate, find interest in people because, like Queen and was just saying, her and Miranda have an illness that's really visible to the naked eye. And you'd have no idea walking down the street. But, and our faith and our religion and how we believe and how we pray should never be judged by someone else. And anybody who makes anti Semitic statements needs to stop. Like, seriously, needs to stop with the comments. And even people who have channels, they are still responsible in a sense that if you don't shut those behaviors down by subscribers in your chat, you are ultimately responsible. And you're, how do I say this? You believe, they're a reflection of you and you're a reflection of them. So people need to just stop on all of this hate train. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Oh, Wandering Scorpio, thank you. But it's funny, Susie, but I know it's not funny too. You're a great mom and excellent fiance. Aw, thank you. You're so sweet. And I'm so excited to get to know each and every one of you more on a more personal level because I love it. I just love all my friends. And I consider each and every one of you them. But I'm going to wrap this up. But this weekend, at some point, Steve and I will come back and touch base over the weekend and see how it's going for everybody. Hey, Ken. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my community. I was just wrapping up here on my channel, and I hope that you all are good. And hey, Gabby, how are you? Yeah, I see you're late, but it's very. I'm glad you made it. You're here. Oh, yeah, Ken. I am kind of wrapping up, but I'm going to be like and subscribe, and I'll be going live at some point tomorrow or Sunday. But if I don't see you there, I hope you enjoy your weekend. Oh, Ken, you were here last time. I'm sorry. Well, I will have to get to know you better, my dear. Sounds like fun, but each and every one of you go out there, as Mirandy would say, don't forget to wear your helmets on these YouTube streets. And I love and I care about each and every one of you, and be kind. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.